The Crit Show contains elements of horror, fantasy violence, and adult language. Content warnings can be found in the episode description.
Tass, congratulations, you have a new home.
I do!
Yeah.
At long last, you have a home.
I forgot that you moved into a new place, and I was like, did you buy him a house? Is this like an announcement?
He entered me into a sweepstakes.
Live in the studio now.
Oh, okay.
Congratulations, you have a new home. I have hollowed out the area under our stairs.
Yeah.
Yay!
So I have a 3D printer. I've been playing with it a bunch. I made you and Jesse a housewarming gift that I think fits both of your aesthetics.
What?
It is a drink holder.
Okay.
Wow, he is producing this from under the table as we speak.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's so cool.
Wow.
It is a bear trap.
Bear trap. Almost a bear claw.
Yeah, and you put your drink on it, and the trap closes to hold it in place.
That's so
I
awesome.
saw that. I was like, well, Tass will need this when he plays Dead by Daylight.
Oh.
And it just kind of goes with Jesse's spooky everything.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's very spiky.
Oh, sure.
Even the chain is spiky.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Oh, thank you. That's so
There's a set of them.
good.
I almost distressed them and bloodied them, but I was like, I'll let them make that decision.
Oh.
His and hers.
His and hers.
Oh, that's what. Thank you, dude. That's so fucking good.
And I also have something to share with everybody. It's been a long time since we've eaten something on microphone.
Oh, my God.
Lord.
I don't think it's bad, but I just know that people have been having a hard time finding it.
Okay.
Oh! Yeah!
Oh, yeah. Let's
It's
do it.
Coke Oreos.
Coca-Cola Oreos.
Are these caffeinated?
Yes,
Sure.
because there's chocolate.
Oh, I see.
Oh,
Okay,
he's
well,
got you
that's
there.
fair. That's
Yeah.
fair.
We had the Oreo Coke. We had
Oh,
the reverse
how
of
was
this.
it?
It was all right. So I didn't realize it only comes in zero sugar.
Oh.
I couldn't, or at least as far as I can tell, it only comes in zero sugar.
I mean, that makes sense. They're like, please don't, if you're going to eat these together, at least one of them has to be zero sugar or you're going to die.
And it was, I think, the only zero sugar thing she's had that at first, at least, she was like, this isn't bad. And then after a little while.
Yeah, I was like, this is actually really good. And then it was while I was doing Mystery Detective, so I was playing for a while. And then about 2 minutes afterwards, I had the sip and I went, oh, nope, there it is.
It's turned.
There's that fake sweetener taste that just every one of those drinks that taste like medicine has.
Did it just get a little too warm? Like, was it
No,
better when it was cold?
I wasn't continuing to drink it. I had just
Ah,
tried it, and then the flavor,
I see.
the
Set
shock
in.
of flavor
hmm
tricked me.
It settled in, yeah.
Open them up.
Dual tone.
Oh, I'm so apprehensive. Okay, here we go.
Ooh,
I can
they're
s-
pretty.
They smell like soda.
They smell
Yeah.
strongly of Coca-Cola.
That's
I think
wild.
specifically the red half.
I mean, surely the red half is the same flavor as the chocolate half.
Yeah, get that good ASMR on the microphone.
Nope, I'm out.
It tastes like Coke in the way that, like, cola-flavored candy tastes like Coke, which I guess makes sense.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it is about it. There's very little in the realm of foods that I won't eat, but I'm not big on a thing that's another thing being that other thing. I don't know. It's just a weird mix for me.
I think it tastes fine. I just don't like Oreos very much.
Oh, well, yeah, okay.
I certainly wouldn't take it over a normal Oreo.
Yeah, they're kind of stale compared to normal Oreos.
I'm going to go ahead and wash that down with some Baja Blast Zero.
Perfect.
I feel like I can feel my teeth rotting away. Is the best way I can
Yeah.
put that. It's like the Pop Rocks ones. Like I feel
There are Pop Rocks in this.
that makes sense. Then it makes sense why I hear fireworks in my.
It's not just that you're super excited.
Look, if they weren't in there and you were hearing that, we should call a doctor.
That's what I was concerned about. I was like, "There's a fizziness going on." I feel like I can hear through my headphones my teeth dissolving.
It tasted like Diet Coke.
No, I would have thrown up.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, thanks, Rev.
Yeah, interesting
These will-
experiment.
these
Let me just wash this down with a Coke.
Yeah. These will live in the studio now.
Nice.
Oh, God. More packages of Oreos to die here.
Well, that was a kind of a trick and a treat. We do have our first entry for... Oh, God. It's got her.
Got so excited. I'm breathing in wrong.
Breathe in Pop Rocks.
Fireworks in my lungs.
I know what you're excited about, and it's true. We've got our first costume submission.
Yay!
So make sure to get those into us for Crit or Treat, and we will draw a random winner, and you'll get a box of spooky goodness.
Yeah.
So Megan, from your spot high above this battlefield, you see all 3 of the bolas let fly. They all connect, and you see them wrap around. The fire spread, the silver cuts, the acid burns, and the heads fall off of these 3 Draugr. As these 3 heads fall to the ground and the tower Megan is on lets out a groan as the wood starts to falter, Jake, Tass, and Kim, you see this translucent blue woman appear behind TJ. TJ, everything seems to slow down around you, and then these spectral arms embrace you and a blue glow washes over your body. And Kim, this is sight beyond sight activating. Your eyes go white and you are seeing inside of Maddie's office.
Are there any dangers we haven't noticed?
Before your vision shifted, you saw the blue spectral woman appear behind TJ. You all knew that for someone to attract the attention of the builder, they needed to have a strong creative moment in her immediate vicinity. And creating a series of devices that could simultaneously kill 3 Draugrs certainly fits that bill, so there's no doubt in your mind that yes, that was the builder who you saw joining with TJ. Which means Nash is here. Your eyes dart around Maddie's office, and in the darkness, sitting at her desk, rifling through her papers, you see Grigori Nash. All right, so before we step back into the action, because right now there is a lot going on, but before we get into that, TJ, you're having a playbook shift, buddy.
What?
Woo!
Stop.
We've got
No.
a new playbook for you, so give me that old monstrous.
Keep the voice, keep the voice, keep the voice.
No.
Is he
Listen.
still Wolfie?
He is.
Yes.
Damn it.
And I'll tell you why. But first, before we get to that,
Let's go to our
Let's-
sponsor.
let's talk about TJ's new playbook, The Weird Scientist. Science is not about building a body of known facts. It is a method for asking awkward questions and subjecting them to a reality check, thus avoiding the human tendency to believe whatever makes us feel good. So this is a playbook that is built off of just all of the people in horror movies and sci-fi movies that build supernatural things. It's kind of a trope that is essentially covered in weird science, but there are so many of them in the genre now, and it just felt right for TJ getting the builder back that he have a shift that showcases that. So let's go through your moves and have you pick some.
All right.
You get 3 weird scientist moves. The one that you get automatically is Area of Expertise. Replace the weird move Use Magic with the alternate weird move Weird Science. In addition, select one of the weird science requirements listed below and remove it. Whichever you pick, the opposite is assumed as true. For example, if you remove You'll Need Help to Finish, then you never need assistance in building your creations. And then you pick 2 of these. Better than looking cleverer than you are. At the beginning of each mystery, roll plus sharp. On a hit, hold 1. On a 10 plus, hold 3. Spend these hold 1 for 1 to reveal that you tinkered with your own or an ally's weapon between mysteries, and replace an existing tag on the weapon with one of your choosing.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that's going to make me so mad.
Intuitive Design. When you help out an ally who is using an item you created or altered, you give +1 on a fail and a +2 on a hit or a full success. It's pronounced Frankenstein. When you take this move, gain a previously fallen NPC as an ally. Tell the keeper how you recovered them and what methods you used to repair the damaged body. Then, with the keeper, decide on a few tags for the ally based off the method used to bring them back. Examples: infused with werewolf blood, now they've got keen senses. Used nanotech, now they are tech savvy. Indistinguishable from magic. Add the weird move Use Magic to your list of basic moves. In addition to having access to this move, you can also declare that you are using magic to meet one of your 2 requirements when you use Weird Science. When you do, pick a glitch from Use Magic to be incorporated into the item you're creating, and the keeper will tell you how the glitch affects your weird device. Murderous Mixture. Once per mystery, you may concoct a strange serum. Roll plus sharp. On a 10 plus, choose 1 move from the monstrous playbook with which to infuse your serum. On a 7 to 9, also choose a side effect from the list below. When taken, the serum grants the effect of the selected move until the end of the scene. The side effect is applied once the serum has worn off and is in effect until you can sleep it off. And those side effects are irritable, -1 on going to charm, lightheaded, -1 on going to cool, drowsy, -1 on going to sharp, fatigue, -1 on going to tough, and migraine, -1 on going to weird. And then finally, Cross the Streams. When you combine the weapons and attacks of you and your fellow hunters into a single volatile blow against the monster, add up the combined harm of all weapons involved and roll plus sharp. On a hit, deal the combined damage to the monster and pick 1 extra effect. On a 10 plus, pick 3 extra effects. And those extra effects are: the damage is armor defeating, the weapons used in the attack are still in working order, the hunters involved in the attack are uninjured, the damage is doubled, the surrounding areas are unscathed. And then on a miss, the damage is distributed evenly among all the hunters who added their weapons into this attack.
Oh, shit.
Wow.
All right, so first off, for your area of expertise, which are you removing from your weird science requirements?
I think I'm still just going to take it will take a long time to get it working.
Yeah.
Because from the get-go, we've always said it's just me building things real fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then what are your other 2 moves?
I'm going to go with better than looking clever than you are, so I can mess around with Tass's gun at the beginning of every mystery. And then I'm going to go with intuitive design. So anytime that I help out using intuitive design, even on a fail, I can give a +1.
Yeah.
So that'll be
is
very helpful.
Yeah, and that is specifically if you are helping out with someone who is using a device you have created or altered.
Right.
Excellent. And what are your stats?
I'm going to go with 0 charm, -1 cool, +1 sharp, +1 tough, and +2 weird.
Okay. And I think that you also keep preternatural speed. It just makes sense because you are not reverting from your werewolf self. When I presented TJ this playbook, everyone's like, oh, is he still a werewolf? He is. Not necessarily because this transformation wouldn't change it, but because we've already had art commissioned. And here's TJ.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, it's
yeah.
so
Let me
good.
Yeah.
Share it with me.
Yeah, I'll send it to
No,
Discord.
no, it's mine. No.
The phone is mine now.
So if you, the listeners, would like to see, because here's the thing, this art of TJ we're not putting on the main art because it's such a spoiler for people who are like 200 episodes behind.
Yeah.
If you would like to see this art of TJ, and if you would like to see this new playbook, The Weird Scientist, you can go to the critshowpodcast.com/nailedit.
Oh.
Lol.
All right, Kim, so, this is all happening for you in an instant. Like, this is not taking time for you to see this vision. It comes to you all at once. So I want to go through the rest of your questions before kind of the chaos on the battlefield continues on. So yes, you have seen this image of Nash in Maddie's office. What else would you like to know?
What's the best way to protect the victims?
Right now, it has been a long time since Nash has had eyes on any of you. You have a lot of aces up your sleeve. He most likely doesn't know about Jake's transformation, Tass's transformation, you at all, the return of TJ. You need to get everyone out of here before he lays eyes on you, because then all of your secrets will be revealed.
What's our best way out?
There's just too many of you to teleport at once. But you know that when you introduce your candidates to their gods, they're going to gain powers. And you've all discussed that you have an entity in mind for Damien, and he's got a car that could hold you all.
Okay.
Kim, as this vision washes over you and then you return back to the battlefield, you see the chaos in front of you. All of the dead Draugr, the tower that Megan is on is falling. What is everybody doing?
Whoa, whoa, whoa. This is coming down. Somebody help! Help!
I'm going to run over and try to catch her.
Yeah, roll act under pressure.
15.
Whoa.
Yes.
Whoa.
You are able to run over and catch her as she tumbles out of the tower. The tower hits the ground and shatters into pieces.
Oh,
You okay?
yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm going to say in the mental chat room, Nash is here
What?
What?
Where?
in Maddie's office. He hasn't seen us yet.
We gotta get everyone out of here.
Yeah, I had a vision about that. I think the best way to do it is we have to have Damien meet his god.
I can get that going.
Oh, look at Damien. Are you ready? You're ready.
Oh.
And I push him towards Jake.
Oh,
Yeah, I'll catch him, like put a hand on his shoulder and focus.
yeah. And as soon as you do, the two of you are in this liminal space. The anarchist is there, but they're not a solid form. They are shifting and fluctuating. When you think of anarchist, and this is for everybody, what do you picture? Like, what kind of person comes into your mind?
Like a punk character, like a punk like rock band guy, along the lines of like Spider Punk.
Oh, okay.
I was gonna say like a Henry Rollins, like a Black Flag type of punk.
I think of like a teenage street artist, like in a hoodie with a spray paint can.
Okay.
Heath Ledger's Joker.
Nice.
A person in a Guy Fawkes mask.
Oh,
Ooh.
okay.
So cultured.
Yeah. So that is what appears. It is this constant shifting, fluxing person that looks like all of these different ideas: anarchists, anarchy, change, revolution, rebellion. And you start to hear those phrases echoing around the space. Damien steps forward to this fluctuating figure, and they move around him in a circle. And as they complete the circle, this chaotic laughter fills the space, and then the anarchist is drawn into Damien. And then you're both standing back on the battlefield. All of you see that Damien has a very slight shift in his physicality as fire licks down his arms to his fingers. The horns appear again, but they are flame, and the flame is changing colors.
Ooh.
Whoa, bud. How you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good.
You're looking pretty good.
Do you think you can get us out of here?
He smiles, and he snaps his finger, and you hear the familiar sound of screeching tires, and his car appears in a burst of flame, screeching to a halt, with a terrified Detective Mauer in the driver's seat. Damien pops the trunk. Let's load up.
Attaboy, speed demon. All right, let's go.
Hey, as I'm like running over to start to help, I want to take off the charred jacket that I got from future him and just give him a smile and hand it over.
He puts it on, and you see just a little bit of shimmer on it as it fills out at the bottom in those charred spaces, but it's like fluctuating colors of spray paint.
Amazing.
I'm going to start trying to drag this giant body into his trunk, I guess.
They do, I think, once they're dead, they shrink back down to normal size.
Oh,
okay.
Thank
Easy
God.
then.
Yeah.
I get one in each hand and one over the shoulder and
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
But are the rats okay?
The rats have all fled back
they have
into
all
the
fled.
ecosystem.
Yeah.
They're all getting
They're
ready
in
to
a
play
They're in a
paintball.
big sewer where they can run and
They-
play.
All the rats went to a big sewer upstate. And
Okay. Can I visit them?
Yeah, absolutely.
well,
if things go poorly, you'll be with them in no time.
I am 2 points away from going to rat heaven.
So what I need is one of you, whoever's kind of taking charge here, to give me an act under pressure to get the Draugrs into the car, get everybody into the car, and get out of here before Nash makes his way down and peers into the portal in the Monster Mash.
I feel like I'll roll that because I'm certainly going to be like partially helping direct, but also keeping an eye out.
Sure.
That is a 10.
All right, you were able to get everything piled in. Damien pushes Detective Mauer into the passenger seat and slides into the driver's seat.
And I push Mauer from the passenger seat into the back.
Yeah, and he throws an arm around you and punches the car into gear, and you all vanish in a burst of flames. I think the camera stays there for a moment after you have all vanished. It pans up, and through this portal, we see Nash lean over. He looks from side to side. His eyes narrow. He grimaces and turns and walks away. And you all appear again on the beach at the disheveled Wavensea. Damien gets out of the car and pops open the trunk. All right, so, body disposal.
Yeah, we gotta burn him up and then get him into the ocean.
All right.
Damien, can you do fire again?
I'm not quite sure. I don't know what of this is, like, just my vibe and what's real.
That's okay. I can do it.
Oh, okay.
Now might not be the time to test your new set of powers.
Oh, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, so just get them all into a big pile near the water, and I'll use telekinesis to make something catch fire.
All right, there is no rule here. You have all effectively escaped the danger of the Monster Mash. You set these bodies ablaze, After a few moments, you are left with a pile of ash that you then scatter into the ocean. And that brings us to end of session experience.
Huzzah!
All right, so did we conclude the current mystery?
Yes.
We did.
Absolutely. Did we save someone from certain death or worse?
Yes.
Other Jake.
Oh, for sure.
Detective
Or,
Early.
yeah, you kind of put him there, but then did save him from...
Yeah.
Everyone at the subterranean lair, because that would have been destroyed had
Yes.
the Draugr showed up.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
And you did not definitely save me because that was Grandpa Tincher.
That was the
and,
NPCs.
The NPCs.
A coalition of NPCs saved you.
Yeah, we didn't even try to save you after that.
We didn't know that was possible until
I
Red
wouldn't either.
monologued it.
So
It was
it's
pretty
okay.
explicitly said that it wasn't
It was
possible.
impossible. Did we learn something new and important about the world?
We learned that the gods take different forms depending on who is perceiving them.
That's very true. That is something that we mentioned very briefly off mic that I just said to everybody, hey, kind of have in mind what you think a defender, an anarchist, etc. would look like. But I think that we have now learned that, yes, what we have seen of the gods is how Jake perceives those words. Not actually, that's what I came up with in the moment, but in the world.
No, I'm finally seeing the culmination of the psyop that Rev has been running on me since I met him. Just like introducing these words, he'd say like defender, and then I noticed that he'd like watch me and scribble notes in a notepad, and I guess he's just been building up how he thought I would view these things.
Yeah.
I thought he was just sketching me.
I made this beautiful drawing. It's not beautiful. Not Jake. I meant because I was like drawing the defender, and it would be bad because I'm a bad artist. You see, Jake is. I can't take away Jake's beautifulness.
You could by drawing it.
I feel like it would still shine through. And did we learn something new and important about one of the hunters?
Yes, I learned that there were 2 new hunters on this team.
You know, technically, there's a lot more than that. We're just sort of the featured hunters.
I learned what TJ sounds like.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll go with no.
Yeah. It doesn't matter. We already got our...
got 2 points.
Yeah.
of
So yes,
experience.
everybody gets 2 points of experience. Does anybody level up?
I do.
I do as well because of my bad rolls from
Oh.
earlier.
What are you going to take?
I am going to take a move from another playbook. I'm going to take one from The Wronged. This seems like an appropriate move for being sort of in the end game here and coming up to this last fight. So I'm taking the move Berserk. No matter how much harm you take, you can always keep going until the fight is over. During a fight, the keeper may not use harm moves on you, and you cannot die. When the fight ends, all harm takes effect as normal.
Ooh, that's a good move, especially since in Season 6 I finally started using harm moves.
Oh, gosh,
That's
yeah.
a good choice.
Yeah. I'm going to take a murderous mixture. Once per mystery, you may concoct a strange serum. Roll plus sharp. On a 10+, choose one move from the monstrous playbook with which to infuse your serum. On a 7 and 9, you must also choose a side effect from the list below. When taken, the serum grants you the effects of the selected move until the end of the scene. The side effect is applied once the serum has worn off and is in effect until you can sleep it off. And so the side effects are -1 ongoing to the separate statistics depending on the side effect. So like irritable would be like 1 ongoing to charm, which makes sense because when you're irritable.
They made a whole line of Snickers commercials about this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we find you all back in the castle. Detective Early and Ori are still there, having just been told the story of you dealing with the Draugrs. Well, I suppose we're all good now. I do have to say I initially was brought here to look into some murders that had happened unintentionally or not. I can promise you that your friend here, there's a lot of extenuating circumstances, mind control, things like that. I can't just leave him with you. I hope you understand. There's got to be some accounting for what happened, but I can guarantee to you that the council will make sure that it is a fair trial. Trial may not even be the right word, but there is a good deal of questioning we're going to have to do. I don't have any doubt. I saw with my own eyes the mimic that was helping to control him, but well, there's people I got to report to.
I'll turn to other me. You let me know if you need anything, okay?
Yeah.
And whenever all that's wrapped up, whatever you want, wherever you want to go, whatever you want to talk about, I'm here to help.
Thanks. Yeah, like I said, I like this. I could try to, boy, I could try to run Detective Early. We could do the whole catch me if you can thing, but I feel like if I do want to keep being the good guy, that means I gotta own up to the mistakes that happened, even if I wasn't necessarily in control at the moment.
It really feels like they're going to honor that knowledge too. So, we got your back.
Well, goodbye for now, I guess.
I'll see you later.
Don't say anything without a lawyer present.
Do I need a lawyer? No, not quite yet. First, we're going to have you meet with some various magicians and a couple of psychics, and they will help to confirm the validity of the story that I witnessed, and I personally will be a witness for you as well as we go through that process. And then from there on, if there's anything needed, yes, we'll absolutely get you a lawyer, but it won't be before bringing in Jacob himself here to also be a witness.
Hell yeah. Keep fleshing out the legal system of the Council of Wizards.
Yeah. I'm sure Strom knows an excellent magical lawyer.
Yeah, they basically use like what's the blue ball, red ball?
Fucking Minority
Powerball.
Report?
Minority Report.
Oh.
They use the Minority Report system.
I say thank you for extricating yourself conveniently from the narrative before we head into the finale. I'll see you later.
Look, it's my pleasure. I'll talk to you soon. And the three of them leave the castle.
So, TJ,
Yeah.
how you feeling, man?
Fine. How are you doing?
I'm good. I haven't recently had a blue energy angel person mold into my body.
Yes, okay. I also wanted to touch on this. What the fuck happened?
What? When did this happen? I didn't see anything.
Oh, yeah. Towards the end of the fight there was some, something. I don't know who it was, but they melded into me. And I feel... have you ever woken up from a nap and you're all groggy and unfocused?
Yes.
I feel like the opposite of that, where the nap was...
Refreshing?
It was refreshing. Yeah. And so I feel focused and energized and ready to take on the day.
I think I just turned to look at the other three. Builder?
Yes, I saw it in a vision. TJ's invention, that act of creation, it happened while Nash was close enough that the energy from TJ's weird science pulled that builder energy out of Nash and into TJ.
I thought she looked familiar. Do you taste apples?
I will say you don't now, but you did at the moment.
Oh, at the moment of the melding?
Yeah.
Yeah, at the moment of the melding, I did have, like, towards the back end of my mouth, like, you know how when you drink something and you taste something else afterwards? That's it, right there.
Keep describing.
Like right after you've woken up?
Do you remember
Keep describing.
when I took a nap
of
and
my
I had
mouth.
apples?
Do you remember? Do you guys do Napples? I do Napples.
Apples.
It's like a shower orange, but definitely.
Ah.
We saw her at some point in the dream zone.
Oh my God, you're right. So yeah, man. Okay, then I think that answers that. Like, I mean, you remember the crystal in my head, right? That made me like the potential for the chosen and all that.
Right. That particular essence entered you because of your particular set of skills, right?
Kind of, yeah. Like, well, I mean, at that time we sort of stole it, but that's a whole different thing than the situation I'm in now. But yeah, like you have kind of the same thing, but with the builder. Am I explaining this right?
Yeah, I mean, different people have the potential to hold the essence, the power, the embodiment of what it is the gods are all about. And you had the builder, and then Nash had the devourer, which means he slurps up energy. So when you died, he was there and he slurped out the builder, and it's kind of been hanging out in him. So now that you're back, the builder's the only one that can kind of willingly jump from person to person as she sees fit. So yeah, with Nash being nearby this time and your stuff working, you still have the potential to hold the builder. So she chose you again.
Awesome.
Awesome to the max.
That's totally rad.
Speaking of which, Damien, how are you feeling now that things have calmed down a little bit? Being the avatar of the anarchist.
I feel great.
What does that mean?
Oh, yeah. I feel energized, motivated to push, to fight. not like fist fight, but I don't know how to describe it.
To rise up.
Kind of, but
anarchical.
Yeah. I don't feel like tearing stuff down, but I feel like changing stuff.
Huh.
But in a measured and responsible way?
No, like I feel like it feels like it's 11 o'clock on a Friday night and the fucking night's just getting started. Like it's that, oh man, I've got that energy.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Right,
Absolutely.
and you want that nap that'll energize you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I, for one, love this.
Jake, when that all happened, like, what did you see?
That sounds nefarious. What do you mean?
No,
What did you get away with?
It's just funny because, like, while I was talking to the anarchist, it seemed like you were just zoned out.
You were talking to the anarchist?
Yeah. Yeah, they asked me a bunch of questions for, like, I felt like 10, 15 minutes.
Oh, no, I didn't see any of that. I saw the shifting form walked a circle around you, and then it started laughing, and then it was over.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I approached it, and they looked down at me and asked me what kind of trouble I got into. And so I just started telling about some of the things I had done, and then she started asking, like, more specific questions, and a lot of them were kind of situations I had been in, so I had a quick answer, but it seemed like they were asking me a bunch of hypotheticals, and on some of them I had to, gosh, what would I do in that situation, and this is what I think it is, and like every answer that I gave, that shift that she was going through started to solidify until towards the end, she looked kind of like me, and that was the last thing I saw of her. I guess I don't, like, I feel energized, I feel empowered, I don't feel like anarchy exactly, though. I don't quite have the words to describe it.
Can I tell what's going on here? Like, he doesn't seem to quite have the words to explain what it is that he's feeling.
Yeah, you've got obviously a very personal connection with Damien.
It's a very PG
Biblically,
way to say that.
he knows me.
speaking.
Yeah. And you also are the avatar of the empath. So I think that you can get a read off of him. So I think this is going to be a investigative mystery.
7.
All right, you get a hold 1.
What's being concealed here?
So I think the thing that's being concealed here is that from Jake's conversation with the defender that all of the old gods realize that they're not perceived the same way they used to be, if they're perceived at all. And ideas shift, and they shift as they are passed on from person to person, what someone values more and carries on. And so the thing that's being concealed here is that as Damien was conversing with the anarchist, it was almost like a thesaurus opened up, and he was able to choose something that was connected to anarchy, but emphasized the parts that were important to him and minimized the parts that he didn't feel right about. And so anarchist isn't exactly right. That's still who he is the avatar of, but there's more of a sense of revolution, rebellion, like all of those things ring true when you read these thoughts from him.
Okay, I think I see. So it's not just that anarchy in the dictionary sense of the word is what you have to be all about now, but it's almost like what that means to you or what you feel it should mean. It's something adjacent in the neighborhood, but you have control over what it is you represent.
Huh.
I mean, the words, the names, that's just a label that's put on it, but that changes over time, and you can't really control that even as a god. That's up to people.
Thinking back, having heard Damien explain this,
Mm-hmm.
underneath the beard and the frost and shit, does the defender look like me at all?
He does.
Huh, how about that? I say aloud to nobody in particular, and then rest back and put my chin in my hand.
Well, we got several other gods to introduce to their new avatars, so I guess we should probably figure out who those avatars are going to be.
Oh, I should probably tell Strom that Nash was at the Monster Mash.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I guess, shit, have her do an accounting of anything that might be missing just in case. Like, what if he got some clutch knowledge or material or item while he was there?
Yeah, okay. 1 second. And I'll pull out my phone and call Strom.
Hello.
Hi!
How are you?
Good.
How did things go at the Monster Mash?
Well, good and then bad. I had a vision that Nash was there while we were at the Monster Mash. he was in Maddie's office.
You had a vision that he was, or he actually was? Was this a of the future kind of thing, or?
No, this was seeing in 2 places at the same time kind of vision.
I see. I'm actually in your sewer home, if you'd like to talk to me in person.
I will come collect you very shortly. Hold, please.
Are you going back to the sewer home?
Yes.
I need to grab a few things while I'm there.
Okay, come on. Come with me.
TJ
Yeah.
and Jerome both call it the sewer home.
All right, so yeah, TJ and Kim head back through the portals, and Strom is there, and she is chatting with James. So Nash, that's really the whole sentiment, so Nash.
Yeah.
TJ, what are you getting here?
I'm just getting a bunch of accoutrement for building of things.
Oh, just stuff.
Science stuff.
Okay.
You know, material, wires, batteries, all that sort
Your
of stuff.
grandpa's like, no, my dear boy here. And he pulls out a backpack, and it is just chock filled with stuff. This is my Go Science bag. I
Go science!
bequeath it to you.
Instead of Science Go bag, this is the Go Science bag.
This is too much.
I'm so glad to have you back.
And I go for a big ol' hug
Yeah.
to Grandpa.
So yes, he hands off this Go bag and pats you on the back and returns to his work. Strom looks to you, Kim. Lead the way.
Okay, just through this portal.
So you are all back together with Strom now here as well.
All right, y'all. We've got 5 gods unaccounted for, including death. We've brought up to Selena before about maybe being the devourer. I still think that holds a lot of water.
I agree.
Okay, but before we talk about that one in particular, do we know what we're going to do about that? Like, do we know if Nash is still holding on to it? If it has been released and he's just setting up, his own devourer? Like, do we have any idea yet?
I mean, I guess not. Like, she could try to tap into it and see if it's loose, or maybe it's being held in a crystal in a vault somewhere. I don't know.
Jake, can you just talk to the gods? Ask the status on some of these?
I can try. It might be different because it's one of the ones that has perished. But even so, I mean, having this sort of general hotline to them, if you give me some time, I could maybe still set up a ritual and get a ping off it or something.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, you're right. Selena was able to kind of tell who other potentials for the devourer were. Maybe she can help track down the actual essence.
Okay, then I agree with Selena as well, if we can lock down the essence.
All right, so we have the torturer, the executioner, and the challenger. I feel like going off of related version of those, kind of similar to Damien and the anarchist, Anastasia could fit into one of those pretty easily.
Yeah.
Maybe the executioner. She's very focused on justice.
Yeah, I would have thought her for that or challenger, honestly.
For challenger, I don't know, Ranger Dave?
Wow.
He's powerful enough. I don't think he.
We don't need to give him any more.
I don't know. I would love to see Ranger Dave with the powers of a god, though. I'm just thinking about how, he really took on his kind of IPT initiation with a lot of gusto. I mean, not even just that, but the initial encounter with the Draugrs, like,
Yeah, he did just...
head-on challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did just arm up and step to him. That's true.
God. Yeah.
I don't know if I'm just blindsided by this, but I can't think of a single other option now. Ranger Dave is the only one in my head for the challenger and in my heart.
Yeah, I had an idea, but this is way better.
What was your
that-
idea?
yeah, just for names here.
Well, I mean, just the way that you guys described meeting him and the things that he went through after you met him. Maybe Ori.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
he was the first person you met that stood up to Nash, kind of.
That's true.
Was like a deep cover agent.
Well, what about Ori for the executioner?
I don't like killing people.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like, even when I was a vampire, like, I mean, I'm still a vampire, but like, even when I was an under mind control vampire, I was trying to eat animals and stuff.
Well, I'm not talking about literally executing people. The idea of finding a word that is similar to what it started as. When I think executioner, I think somebody who carries out justice.
Oh.
Well, and I mean, I think that same principle can also apply to you for the challenger. I know that takes away from Dave, but you know what? Give me a second. And I want to get my phone out and call Anastasia.
Hello?
Hey, random question for you. I know that some of the new people have been going out in the field and stuff while we've been doing our other stuff. What's Dave's kill count by now?
Listen, we haven't been killing nearly as much because, Megan's whole thing of turning people.
That is awesome.
We don't keep track of that metric, you sick fuck.
What is this, GTA 5?
I guess I can consult how many mandated appointments he's had with the team therapist.
What's your KDR, bro?
I don't know his kill count, but I do know his body count.
Oh, okay.
I was
Fucking
going to
high.
say, do we know any
3.
professional DOMs? Because that would be a good torturer. And if we don't know of any, can we meet some?
Can we put out a want ad?
Yeah, can we meet some?
Also for torture, I don't know if we could put that level of trust in him, but maybe Harrison?
I was just thinking about that. He ran a magical jail.
Yeah, that I was kept in, so yeah, that's kind of why I'm a little hesitant, but I also know that he was just kind of doing what he thought was best for him. I think of torturer as thinking about somewhat related words. I think of torturer as almost kind of the opposite of executioner. If the executioner is somebody who, carries out justice, the torturer is somebody who
Extracts it?
Kind of like an Inquisitor in Pathfinder, right? That they use, pain and stuff to get truth from people.
an extractor.
Yeah. Coercer.
Yeah.
All right. Somebody pour some water on some of the cobblestone here.
No, I'm not saying we should do this yet, because like I said, we don't know if we can trust him. We haven't even called in that favor yet.
To that point, though, should all of these picks even be what we would consider conventionally good guys? Because this whole problem is shit was thrown out of balance and out of whack. And there's got to be a light and a dark side. Would Harrison be an especially good pick because he's not living in our fucking castle on our side?
Or
Like-
is not one of
Stewart.
our best friends?
Yeah,
That is
yeah.
also something I'm finding hilarious about all this. We're like, all right, let's pick the avatars for the new gods, but it's only the cool people that we know.
It's only our clique.
I mean, it's people that we can trust to not pull this shit again.
Yeah.
Is the idea. I think you're right, Jake. I think that's a good point. Harrison did what he did for his own benefit, but I don't think he would have gone through the work to set it all up. He took advantage of an opportunity. I don't think he's the plotting type.
Yeah, and I think Jake also knows too that they the gods all want to vet. So there could be some submissions where the god's like, nah.
Yeah.
You know, this is not a you all get to choose, but you do get to present options.
We get to nominate.
Yeah.
We're the casting director. We're bringing in options.
Also, I mean, Ranger Dave's not one of our best friends. Well, he's cool, but he's kind of above us, you know?
Yeah, for that same reason. Yeah, I think Ranger Dave is genuinely a good pick. He is someone we are aware of, but is not somebody who is explicitly tied to us on our side, shares our motivations, etc. He is a more neutral party.
I mean, Andy's kind of like me. He was doing his thing before he met you.
Yeah.
Just rangering.
Yeah, I mean, that kind of personality doesn't just pop up in the moment. He's been that kind of guy his whole life, probably.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. When we met him, he rolled up on the Draugrs and just joined in on the fight. And it didn't matter that he didn't have powers, and it doesn't matter that, we yelled for people to get to safety. He was in the mix because he wanted to be.
Yeah.
I just want to throw this out here as an option. Carrington as the torturer? I mean, she had a whole space station of people under her thrall. Which, yeah, she wasn't really consciously doing it, but it was still pretty fucked up.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I think Carrington could be the plotting type. I could see Carrington being like, hey, if I do all of these things, this would really benefit me more. She'd put in the work.
Okay, so maybe we table Carrington because ultimately it's not really going to be up to us. If we take somebody in and that god or essence is just nah, we might have to pick these people that we know are going to be a little problematic later, but I mean, that's what we're doing. We got to find the one that fits, right? So, I mean, absolutely great, fantastic choice for the torturer list, I think.
I agree that if she was going to fit in anywhere, that would be really apt to her abilities. I wonder how she's doing.
That's a good question. Strom, is Carrington working for you now?
Yes.
How's she
How's
doing?
that working out?
Good. She is in charge of one of the smaller repositories that I have down near Nashville at the moment, doing a rather spectacular job. Very good at managing underlings, getting work done. This all seems a little outside of not my wheelhouse. Obviously, I will be in this world long after most of you, but I don't think I have a hand in this. Kim, I wanted to give you this. And she reaches around her neck and removes the necklace of the North Wind. For the first time since I received this, I woke up this morning and it showed me nothing. And I believe that means it's time to pass it on, and I know that you need it for what is to come.
Oh my gosh. I mean, I knew, like, I saw this coming, but I didn't see, like, the when. Are you going to be okay without it?
Yes, I'll be quite honest, I hadn't used it to its full potential in a very long time. Mostly I used it to mess with people when they were having conversations with me. But I'm very tough, and, well, I've got many, many bodies hidden around the world. If something comes for me, I'll find a way to crawl my way back to the top.
Oh, I know that this was only one tool in a very extensive toolbox. Thank you. This is a lot.
Yes, well, don't wear anything that clashes with it.
I will take off the necklace that I was wearing with the phases of the moon and put it in my pocket, and then I will put the necklace of the North Wind on.
As soon as you touch it, your phone rings.
Hello?
Hello there, is this Kim of the House of Strom?
This is she.
Good. My name is Kester Danholm, and I am in a bit of trouble. You see, myself and a few others have been kept prisoner by a group called the Awoken. I don't have a lot of time to go through it if I'm not away from this phone in the next 37 seconds. The thing that is stalking these halls is going to kill me, so I need to get going. But a friend of yours is trapped here with us. She's in rough shape. But one of my fellow prisoners was able to pull your phone number from her mind. And Kim, in the background of his call, very faintly, you can hear the pained moans of Landara.
The Critshow is a Critshow Studios production, edited and produced by Brandon Wentz with music by Jake Purley. You can find more information about us at thecritshowpodcast.com. To keep up to date with upcoming live shows, contests, and other special events, follow us at The Crit Show on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. For even more weekly content, join us at patreon.com/thecritShow.